Hi, I'm Alyssa DeFilippo, Director of Parent Services at Matrix Parent Network and Resource Center. Welcome, and thanks for joining us for this brief walkthrough of our Transition to Adulthood Resource Guide. You'll see here that we are at the homepage of our website, matrixparents.org, and if you scroll down just a bit to our online resources, you'll find the Transition to Adulthood Resource Guide. And here we are at the home page. Now, we would suggest that you start at About This Guide, and this kind of explains how you want to proceed as you make your way through the guide. First, we want to thank Sonoma County Vintners. They're the ones who gave us the grant to develop this back in the summer of 2019, and we're still grateful to them. So this is just a short page that kind of lets you know that Matrix Parent Advisors are parents of children with special needs, and many of us are traveling down this transition to adulthood road with you. We're overwhelmed, excited, scared, and learning all at the same time, and we get that it's a lot to absorb, which is why we thought if we put together this one source that has all the resources we have used and we think are beneficial as you travel on this journey with your child, your young adult, as I always try and say, perhaps it would be best to find everything in one site. So first, going back to the resource guide, the homepage, we'd want to go to the 6 essential resources. Now, while there are 6 resources on this page, there's the California Transition Alliance. There are resources from the California Department of Education, resources from the United States Department of Education, Office of Special Ed, resources from The Edge, which is a special ed newsletter. You can find this one here. This is on transition to adult life. It was published in the winter of 2019 and still very relevant today. And then the Center for Parent Information and Resources has a real good site on transition to adulthood. But I just want to highlight this publication, which is, many of us consider, the Bible of transition to adulthood. California Transition Alliance has been around for a while, and this is the labor of love of a woman named Sue Sawyer of the California Transition Alliance. And here in this document, you will find, well, lots of links. Some of these are in our resource guide and some I've just left to be here for you to find. But you'll see here in the table of contents, everything that is covered in this booklet. And it's a lot to take in. So, no need to do it all at one time, but good to have this kind of handy and be able to refer to as you start on this journey. So there were the 6 essential resources. Once you feel you've gone through all these, and again, it doesn't have to be done in one afternoon, you should probably visit the roadmap to resources. Now this is a little bit of a graphic that can help you see what the steps are of transition to adulthood. Best practice is that we start this when the youth is 12, 13 years old. At that point in time, you and the IEP team probably have a pretty good sense of whether your child will be on certificate to completion or on getting a diploma. And that's going to matter because as you plan their coursework, ending in middle school, but certainly in high school, you're going to want to know what courses they should be taking so that they get the proper amount of credits. So if they are going to graduate with a diploma, they'll be able to do that. So we say best practice is to start early. And then here are the steps that you're going through. You want to, by age 14 through 16, and again, best practice is probably 12 or 13, build an effective individual transition plan. In order to build an effective individual transition plan, which is part of the IEP, you'll need to have transition assessments to determine strengths and interests. You'll have transition goals and activities. And then on the individual transition plan, the ITP, there are 3 major goals headings: education and training, employment, and independent living. So all of these boxes, everywhere you see, they are linked to individual areas which discuss in detail each of the boxes, okay? So for instance, you click on course of study for the diploma. Sorry, you need to click one more time. And here we have resources about getting a diploma. Okay, there are only a few on this page, which is good because soon enough, you'll be going to sections that have more than a few. Let's just say transition goals and activities. Transition goals and activities. Here we go. So you can go to any one of these and get information on transition goals and activities. I think you get the idea, huh? Now, you can also reach the links if you don't necessarily need the graphic, but you'd like to just look at these. This will also bring you to the same page. So here we are. Remember, preparing for employment. Here's preparing for employment. This will bring you to a lot of information from the Department of Rehabilitation, California Department of Rehabilitation, lots of links to DOR. There's that California Transition Alliance again. You'll see that a lot throughout this guide. Here are things from CDE. If you don't know what workability is yet, click here and you'll find out. Disability Rights California, if you're not familiar with them, they're also a very good resource for information on all things, not only transition to adulthood. So as you see, some sections have more resources than others. And again, take your time with it. There's no need to rush through any of this. Even if you're just coming to this transition fair and your young adult is 17, there are ways of, I don't want to say cutting corners, but maybe you're not going to look through the whole guide, but you are going to look at that California Alliance Bible that I talked about, and also call us. You know, as I said, we're here to help, and many of us have already walked the walk. So back to the home page again. We do have county-specific resources. Right now, some are under construction, but we do have Sonoma, which is beneficial for you all, because if you're looking at this because you're attending the Sonoma County Transition to Adulthood Fair, that's great. If you're looking at it because you found it on our website and you just have an interest, we will be filling out the other counties that we serve. We serve 18 Northern California counties, and hopefully sooner than later, we'll be putting resources, individual local resources on for all of our counties. But right now, we have Sonoma County, which is complete. And you'll see there are headings: Sonoma County Transition Resources, Education or Training, Supported Living, Recreation, Government and Community Services, Transportation. So you get the idea. Independent living. So again, our goal was to provide families of children and young adults with special needs with a comprehensive resource for transition to adulthood. So explore away. Matrix has developed this site with lots of love and care. Don't feel like you have to look at everything at once. I've said that already, but I think it needs to be said again because it's a lot of information here. It's meant to be taken in steps to prevent that information overload. And please remember, you're not alone. We're standing by and ready to help. Our helpline is 800-578-2592. Happy trails.